Hey everybody, it's B. You like my hair? It's straight. I went to a club last night for the first time. It was nice. But today's 9/11, and what I did for 9/11 after I woke up, I watched a lot of things about 9/11 and cried. And so that is my tradition to watch everything about 9/11. So I was watching the History Channel. And my other tradition for 9/11 is to post a poem that someone sent me in 2002. 9/11 2002, they sent me it. And I kept it. And I posted it on my blog and a lot of other places to remember. So I'm going to read it to you. And I'm going to make another video after this one. But I'm going to read this poem to you. So, I'm sorry if I stutter and stuff, so don't take any offense, okay? It's called A Daddy's Poem, and I don't know who wrote it or who sent it or anything like that. Her hair was up in a ponytail, her favorite dress tied with a bow. Today was Daddy's day at school, and she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to go. But her mom tried to tell her that she probably should stay home. Why the kids might not understand if she went to school alone. But she was not afraid. She knew just what to say, what to tell her classmates of why he wasn't there today. But but still her mother worried for her to face this day alone. And then and that is why once again she tried to keep her daughter home, but the little girl went to school eagerly to tell them all about a dad she never sees, a dad who never calls. There were daddies lined the back wall for everyone to meet. Children squirmed impatiently, agitatedly in their seats. One by one, the teacher called the students from the class to introduce their dads. As seconds slowly passed, at last the teacher called her name. Every child turned to stare. Each of them searched for a man who wasn't there. "Where's her daddy?" a boy called out. "She probably doesn't have one," another student dared to shout out. And then somewhere somewhere near the back, she heard a daddy say, "Looks like another deadbeat dad, too busy to waste his day." The words did not offend her, and as she smiled up at her mom and looked at her teacher, who told her to go on. And with her hands behind her back, she slowly began to speak. And out from the mouth of a child came words uniquely, incountably unique. "My daddy can't be here because he lives so far away. But I know he wishes he could be, since this is such a special day. And though you cannot see him, I cannot meet him. I want you to know all about my daddy and how much he loves me so. He loves to tell me stories, and he taught me to ride my bike. He surprised me with a pink rose and taught me to fly a kite, and we would share fudge sundaes and ice cream in a cone. And though you cannot see him, standing here alone, because my daddy always with me, even though we are apart. I know because he told me so. He's forever in my heart. With that, her little hand reached up and laid it across her chest, feeling her own heartbeat beneath her favorite dress. And from somewhere in the crowd of dads, her mother stood in tears, proud to watch her daughter who was rise beyond her years. For she stood up for the love of a man not in her life, does and doing what was best for her, doing what was right. And when she dropped her hand back down and stared straight into the crowd, she finished with a voice so soft, but the message was clear and loud. I love I love my daddy very much, and he's my shining star. And if he could, he'd be here, but heaven's just too far. You see, he was a policeman, and he died just this past year when the airplanes hit the towers and taught Americans to fear. But sometime when I close my eyes, it's like he never went away. And then she closed her eyes and saw him there that day. And to her mother's amazement, she witnessed with surprise a room full of dads and children all starting to close their eyes. Who knew what they saw before them? Who knew what they felt inside? Probably for a moment, a second, they saw the man she saw him beside her. I know you're with me, Daddy, to the silence she called. And what happened next made believers of one believers and of those one filled with doubt. Not only in that room could explain it, for each of their eyes were closed, had been closed, but there on the desk beside her, a fragrant, long-stemmed pink rose, and a child was blessed that day, if only for a moment, by the love of her shining star, and given a gift to believing heaven's never too far. They they said it take a minute to find someone special, an hour to appreciate them, and a day to love them. Then, but then a entire lifetime to forget them. Send this to the people you never forget, never forget, and remember to send it to also to the people that sent it to you. It is a short message to let them know that you never forgot them. If you don't send it to anybody, it means you're in a hurry and that you're forgotten your friends. Take time to live and love, unif, unify, and God bless. So that's the poem I post every year. And sorry I speeded up the last part, because the last part's just part of that email. It's not very important. But my favorite part of that is, they say it takes a minute to find someone special, an hour to appreciate them, a day to love them, but an entire lifetime to forget them. So, that is my message. I love that part. I should quote it. I should put it as my favorite quote or something, because I just love it. So take a moment and pray for your loved ones. Remember 9/11. Never forget it. And try to send love. That's all I have to say. So, I'll talk more maybe in my next video about other things, because I'm going to post another video, but this one was for my poem, or for the poem that I post, because it's not mine. I don't own it. I didn't write it, but I love it. So bye for now. See you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.